Hello everybody and welcome to episode 27 of BroadcastUGC. I'm Galactrix and this week I'm here with my other co-hosts, Bazag.
Good morning everyone.
And Cerberusfilms.
Good evening.
And this week we've got special guests on the show. We've got ZeroniusRex.
Hello.
And we've also got the author of the mission we're going to play, and that's Borticus.
That's me.
Also known as J-Man for you former STOked fans.
I would like to preface that this was made far before I ever thought I would become a dev, so don't hold that against me.
Well, you've got a few thousand, well, you've got over 1,000 5 stars, so I'm sure it'll be great.
Yes, almost 3,000 total reviews in total. That's pretty amazing for a single Foundry mission.
Yeah.
That's how I farmed a lithium.
Can't wait.
Tip.
See, devs are just like us. They need to farm the lithium just like you and me.
Zero, do you get a lot of chances to play Foundry missions these days?
Not as many as I would like. For a while, I was doing a podcast playing Foundry missions, and I got to play a lot of them, and I really liked it. But these days, it's only to I'm helping test Season 6 Foundry stuff, so some of the holodeck missions we have borrowed and test using those. But other than that, no.
Well, I suppose that answers my next question, which was going to be, are you still involved with the Foundry?
Yeah, I am the as of recently the official STO side producer for it, so I will help track getting the fixes that we need, etc. Lots of meetings, I'm sure. And I am still, my role is production now and not testing, but no one probably in the building knows it as well as I do as far as testing goes. So, I'm always glad to help out.
So really, you're the one that we should be bugging now for everything. You have just admitted that.
Yes, leave the rest of us alone.
It's not bugging, but yes, I'm always welcome to get feedback. Although I'm not the one that generally going into the Foundry forums anymore. That is the QA team. So less me, more them. But
yeah, but you're
Okay.
mad. We'll just complain to you. Yeah, we still love you.
Thanks, guys. I apologize.
We should say
in
that
advance for the coughing.
we should say that Zero is ill and that she's still joining us. So yeah, she's not quite dying. If she does sound like she is, she isn't.
No, it's just a head cold. I'm sure I'll be back at work tomorrow, but I took the NyQuil last night, and it kind of left me a little groggy.
Okay, so let's hear a little bit about this mission. So how long ago did you make this, Jeremy?
This was rolled out within the first 2 months of the Foundry actually coming to STO. So prior to Season 4's big fiasco, very early on. So that would also mean that the Foundry authors these days are getting very creative with the tools that are at their disposal, being able to use triggers to hide entire zones within zones and stuff like that. This one isn't that fancy, because this was my first attempt at building a Foundry mission, and I'm really pleased with the way that it came out and how much everybody seems to enjoy it. But it's not like cutting edge sort of stuff.
Was this a lot before the whole lot of trigger stuff came out, or did you do some trigger stuff
There are a few triggers, but it's really just based on dialogue options. There's no very few not very much fancy stuff at all.
So, Bazag, shall you read us the description of the mission and then
Yes,
we'll pop in there?
I've got it right up here. The mission is called Fungus Among Us. Our listening posts have recently begun receiving anomalous communication signals originating in the Sandal system. Since there are no habitable planets in this system, a full investigation was undertaken by the USS Gertrude. We've just received a distress signal from the Gertrude that was accompanied by a quarantine warning from Captain Charu. You must investigate immediately. This mission is intended for solo players. It can be done in a group, but the final battle will be odd. Well, I suppose that fits us.
Yeah, very odd.
Several months ago, listening outposts in the Arakanus Arm began receiving anomalous communication signals from the nearby Sandal system. Since this system, that's a lot of same information in the Grand Mission Dialogue.
Yes, it is.
So, according to his message, they discovered an abandoned outpost on Sandal 4. During the course of their investigation, they beamed several crates of goods onto the Gertrude, one of which contained an unknown biological contaminant. The details behind the accident that released the toxin into the Gertrude's life support systems are still unknown. We need the USS ship to retrieve any survivors from the Gertrude and bring back any information you can about its fate. Any information on the biological containment that crippled the ship is also vital.
Accept.
Okay, so who wants to do the tactical officer?
You'll have to do it because I can't see it.
Oh, okay. Sir, you're receiving a personal communication from Earth STOked. It's signed by Dr. Lorai Sino. Did I pronounce that correctly?
That's close enough.
Vice Admiral, it's a pleasure to meet you. Oh, Zero, you can do this one, since it's female.
Yeah. Vice Admiral, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Dr. Lorai Sino, and I've been asked to assist you in rescuing the USS Gertrude.
How may I assist, Doctor?
I've been working on a personal shield modification that could potentially allow you and your crew to beam safely to the infected ship without risking contamination and without the need for bulky, hazardous environment suits. Please report to my lab on the lower levels of Earth space dock. I could use your assistance with making the final modifications that will allow me to outfit your crew with this remarkable technology.
Yeah, see, this mission predates even the rumor that we would have EVA suits. So I had to do this whole section of the mission as kind of a workaround for that.
I look forward to meeting you face to face, Vice Admiral Zero.
Likewise, Doctor.
Oh, look, we just happened to be on the low levels of space dock. How did that happen?
What a coincidence.
All right, let's go. It's your science lab.
Ah, you're here. Dr. Sino said you arrived soon. Please step inside.
Enter science lab.
Yeah. We got a pretty balanced team here.
I'm actually kind of curious how this next section will play out with a group. It's a bunch of branching dialogues, kind of a mini-game thing, and I don't honestly know how that turns out in a team.
Oh,
I suppose this will be slightly different to a normal team because we do read out, so we have to try and make things consistent.
Yeah.
Kind of fun, Bazag.
I think Zero's going to get impatient, though, because there's no shooting things in this one.
Oh, FFF.
Rage quit.
Now, if all you do is F your way through it, you're going to screw up.
Yeah, I know. It happens all the time. Oh gosh, I hit the button! Dang it. That was an accident, I promise. Hold on, let me go to this, and it says... Okay. Vice Admiral Zero, you're just in time. I've completed all the necessary analysis and theoretics, and am prepared to assemble the first prototype of my new environmental hazard shielding. It's not a complicated matter, but I could use an extra set of hands.
Of course, Doctor. What do I need to do?
I've completely designed 3 subsystems for the shielding systems: subatomic auto-categorization, extrasensory field, and kinetic integrity. Unfortunately, I haven't had time to invent a new power grid capable of supporting all 3 systems in unison, and I need to assemble a few trial and error models in order to get the final prototype type operational.
Why do I get the feeling that something's going to blow up?
I'll need you to manually route the data stations and biomatter into the test chamber in the corner while I fine-tune the subsystems. Technician Voltna will monitor the results and help us determine when the combination is optimal. Are you ready to begin?
We could do ready, or we can just go. So I think Zero's a let's go kind of person.
No, not necessarily. I like good dialogue.
Especially one filled with technobabble that you get to read, right?
Yeah. It fits that you went into making systems.
Okay, let's talk about subatomic auto-categorization.
Say that.
Okay. The subatomic autocategorization matrix will allow your shields to identify inbound particles at an incredibly tiny level of magnification. A sophisticated series of library inquiries networked to your computer central core will categorize all incoming particles as dangerous or benign. Once they are categorized, your shielding will choose whether to allow the particle to pass through or repel it.
That sounds vital. Thank you for the explanation.
Okay, let's read about a kinetic energy. Integrity, I mean. Integrity. The kinetic integrity field is a specialized subsystem that allows your personal shielding to remain effective in combat situations. Without this subsystem, too much power must be routed to the environmental shielding to guarantee reliable functionality as a means of defense.
Sounds dangerous. Thanks for the warning.
Extra
yeah,
ESF. I want it to be ESPF. I'm very proud of this remarkable system. Instead of relying upon a reactive shielding technique, I've extended the outer shell of this shielding through subspace manipulation. The result is that the shield thinks that it exists a few meters out from the person wearing it and reacts to stimuli before it ever comes in contact with the wearer. This system may be vital for proper subatomic particle protection due to the speed at which some particles travel.
My brain say no.
So I love this button text. Subspace sounds fishy, but also handy.
There was an ongoing inside joke with Chris and I from STOked that subspace was basically Star Trek's form of magic.
Yeah.
So whenever we would talk about it, it was basically that's how we wave our hands at the things that we cannot explain. Just put it in subspace and it all makes sense.
Let's get started.
Yeah. Oh, excellent. You sound so enthusiastic. Head over to the test chamber and Technician Voltna will talk you through the process while I work here.
So lazy. Can't you come with us?
Right on. I think it's this big flashy thing.
That's what
It's up the ramp over there in the corner.
Select the first system to activate: subatomic auto-categorization, kinetic integrity, or extrasensory field. So you have to do these.
So this is kind of a mini game sort of thing. You have to pick the 2 correct fields to turn on because the power source can only support 2 out of 3.
Not it.
So basically, which ones do you think will do the best?
I think extrasensory field and subatomic auto-categorization.
Well, sure, if you want to get it right on the first try.
Let's see kinetic integrity and
fun
extrasensory field.
Yeah, you want to see some fun conversations. Kinetic and extrasensory.
Right,
Yeah.
Kinetic and then extrasensory. Okay.
Okay, kinetic integrity has been engaged, barrier strength has been reinforced, and is now capable of blocking non-microscopic biomatter from passing through the shield. What system would you like to activate next? And you picked extrasensory field. So, extrasensory fields functioning at approximately 112% proposed parameters. Subspace envelope is steady. Power drain is now at maximum. Are you ready to release the test matter into the biochamber?
Please tell me something blows up.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh.
Okay, that won't work. The extrasensory field has cross-linked itself into the kinetic integrity reinforcement and created a tangible subspace bubble. Well, unless you're planning to roll down the hallways of Gertrude like a hamster in a plastic ball, I'd say it's time to head back to the drawing board.
Please, Zero, put that in the Foundry. I want to be a giant hamster rolling down a corridor in a ball.
I think we all want that.
That would be so, yeah.
Shall we
Make
do
it
the
so.
correct one?
I may come by later to try that out.
I'm gonna do.
I think
Ah.
we killed
You'll
her.
make Zero cough and splatter, sir. Good on ya.
Don't worry, the rest of the mission isn't near as fun.
Let's do the right one,
So, subatomic
Subatomic.
auto-categorization.
and then
Okay.
extrasensory, ESPF. Extrasensory field functioning at approximately 112% proposed parameters. Subspace envelope is steady. Power drain now at maximum. Are you ready to release the test biomatter into the chamber?
Yes!
Yes,
Do
it! Test chamber now being flooded with biomatter. Extrasensory field compensating for informational discrepancies. Operational capacity down to 102% of optimal. Subatomic autocategorization matrix has managed to keep up with incoming biotic information due to spread of information across subspace envelope. That sounded
I-
like a good thing.
I see
It's
why
wonderful,
you work
but-
in systems, Jeremy.
Techno babble.
My brain
With-
has exploded.
With this
No, that makes perfect
combination,
sense.
we have created a fully functional environmental shielding unit capable of integrating directly into your personal shields without even requiring an external power source. That's good news! Unfortunately,
see
the
what
lack
you mean.
of a kinetic integrity reinforcement subsystem means that your combat capabilities will be somewhat diminished. No! Because of the way in which each subsystem is interlinked, no one system can function without the others. In other words, if you sustain too much incoming damage, you will be at risk of contamination by airborne biomatter.
Don't come under fire. Gotcha. My captain has many voices.
I'll report our success to Dr. Sino. She'll want to speak with you before you leave the lab.
Thank you, partner. Bye
Dun,
bye.
dun. Okay,
Ooh,
let's talk to the good doctor.
there's a lot of
Ah.
car tables over here.
Okay, thank you for the assistance, Zero. Oh, may I call you Zero, Vice Admiral? Yes. Anyway, I've already transmitted the prototype specifications to Starfleet, but knowing them, it will take several days until the first units are available. I'd be happy to come along with you to Sandel 4 if you don't mind. Voltna and I should have enough time to put together a handful of working environmental shields during the journey. Good idea.
Good idea.
Please report. Yes! Okay, who's tactical?
Starfleet Command has just requested an update on our mission, sir. It will be best to get underway to Sandal 4 if you've completed your work with Dr. Sino.
Right on. Oh no, it says prepare to depart as soon as we're aboard.
I think right on works as well.
I love those places.
I think I'll add right on as another dialogue option.
Okay.
I love those places. Absolutely love
You guys
So this is
probably
actually
haven't seen my missions, but
Another
they're full
little bit
of
of
stuff.
hand waving. Originally, when I conceptualized this mission, this lab was going to be inside your ship, but I couldn't figure out a way to. Well, first of all, you can't put Foundry maps inside your ship. There's no doorways there. But additionally, I couldn't make it work for multiplayer. Like you guys have all managed to go to a space dock, but if it was inside somebody's ship, there's so many technical hurdles there. So it ended up being moved to a space dock. But when you actually change zones here, you will be in Sandal. Because I didn't want to have to waste players' time actually going out to sector space and traveling. I figured that might turn some folks off. And I like 5 stars.
We all do.
5 stars are like, yes.
It's
Oh,
not
real quick before-
transferred. Well, there we go.
Not my fault.
It's Seb's fault, of course.
In that
Yes.
lab, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the hologram that was there being displayed actually changed when you successfully created the EVA field.
Oh, really? I didn't notice. Should have looked.
It's little things like that that get you extra stars.
It is.
You saying I should be getting 6 stars on this?
Oh, look, we got Thomas the Cannon
maybe
Cherry as
5
well
and a
now.
half.
Where's my ship? It's so beautiful.
I think it
Thomas the cat just joined us.
Woo. Hey, Thomas.
Did he really?
we get Thomas in the call as well.
Oh, yeah. I was going to change the shape of my ship when I got blue screened. It's just all right now.
So it's not research.
We've located the Gertrude in orbit of around Sandal 4. It appears undamaged, but all primary systems are currently offline.
Analysis.
Captain, there's a cloaked ship docked with Gertrude. Its cloaking technology is too weak to block our sensors, but it does not match any known ship configurations.
Hail them.
No response.
Helm, take us in closer immediately.
Sir, the alien vessel has undocked and is heading away at high impulse. Although our sensors easily detect their hull signature, I cannot pinpoint an energy signature. If they enter warp, I won't be able to track their trajectory.
Continue.
They just jumped to warp, sir.
Problem for another day. We have crew to rescue. Oh, so we can't fight anyone.
Oh, it's right ahead of us.
Is this a standard map or is this custom?
This is a custom map. It's not all that fancy, but there are like 4 different rings around the planet.
Oh yeah, I noticed now. There's a blue and a green and a yellow one.
5 stars instantly.
All primary systems are offline, including life support. Breathable atmosphere on the ship is at a minimum, except in a few isolated pockets.
That was my 16-year-old Bolian.
I'm
Wow.
unable to initiate a remote system activation. Their crew must have disabled it, possibly to protect themselves from whoever was in that other ship. We'll have to board the vessel and do it manually.
That's what she said. Sorry, no, find us a safe beaming location.
There's a small pocket of life support in main engineering, which appears to be sealed off from the inside. Coincidentally, that's also the best location from which to get the rest of the ship's systems online.
Isn't that
Excellent.
handy?
Oh, yes, quite handy, isn't it?
Excellent.
Can I ask
Let's
what
get over
accent
there.
it's?
Zero, away team standing by for transport. Dr. Sino has managed to create 5 functional environmental hazard shields. Yours is waiting for you in transporter room 2.
I'm on my way.
Indeed. Yeah.
Hey, well, Thomas, Bajoran Australian. Well, I'm Australian. My character's Bajoran, so yeah, there are Bajoran Australians around.
Mine was actually a Saurian. I think it was Pedro. But it might
Pedro,
have been
the
Wiggles.
Australian Saurian.
So it's 2409. That accent is not located to just Australia anymore, mate.
That's how they all talk on the moon.
I'm never going to the Netherlands. I'm sorry.
There's whalers on the moon. I heard a song about it. Let me see who this is talking to
Is
me.
it time to tell you that not quite everything is real?
Yeah, that was
Santa Claus is
Pedro.
real.
Oh, wait, here I am. Oh, I'm dying apparently. What? Personal hazard shields are functional, fully functional, sir. We should be safe from any airborne contaminants.
That's good to hear. At least we're not dying. Oh, but she is.
No,
Yeah.
you have to. Oh, you save yourself.
Lovely
Who's
sound
that?
effects.
This Rigelian woman behind us on the floor.
Over by that console, Captain. Quickly, I think she may be the chief engineer. She needs medical attention immediately.
Continue.
She's contracted whatever has affected the rest of the crew. It appears to be fungal in nature and is colonizing a region of the body near brainstem. Such an affectant would be extremely disorienting, as well as excruciating.
Is this like the zombie virus that the ants have in like, South America or Africa, whichever it is? Borticus, Jeremy, person.
What? Oh, you'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll see.
Oh, and
The illness on the
sorry,
ship is actually... It's all the
sorry,
central plot of it.
question.
Can we help?
Sorry, Jeremy, you go.
I was just saying that the illness is the central plot point of this entire mission.
Okay.
Sorry's asking in the channel. Was that Helena?
It wasn't intended to be. This mission actually predates to Helena and back, I believe.
It's Helena's mother.
Only by a matter of weeks, but...
It is Helena's mother. I have decided.
Okay.
From now on, we call her Helena's mother.
I'll try administrating the fungal agent, sir.
The officer
Make it so.
presses a hypospray to the engineer's neck. Make it so.
Ah, no, you're killing us. Google
Zero
cough.
waiting for you.
What, you're not going to perform the gurgle cough? I was looking forward to that.
Oh, that was lovely. You can feel the
That was
Yeah.
good.
It's like 4D cinema. I can feel it raining on my face.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's more realistic.
Oh, poor Zero.
What just happened?
I think Zero
Yeah.
contracted the fungal.
What have I
Quick,
done?
run away! She's gonna turn into Helena's mother. Is that the whole plot? They all turn into Regelians?
Oh, I can't read the dialogue because I'm laughing too much. What have I done? Sir, it appears as though her infection has progressed to a degree where the fungus spores have taken over her autonomous internal systems. If I attempt to destroy the infection with another injection, she'll die too.
What are our options?
We have to find more information on the source of the infection if we hope to save her and the rest of the crew.
Then we must continue investigating.
I'll try this. No, just leave before before you end up like us. It spreads. It lives.
I'm not going to sleep well tonight. You forever ruined my childhood.
I know, this is my favorite line. Sir, she slipped into a fitful coma. I'll give her a mild sedative to ease the pain, but we can't do anything else for her without risk of further injury.
We've done all we can. For
See?
now.
And he had to be a fitful coma because you can't make her stop moving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wanted her to die.
You.
Well,
the
you could
truth
have a
comes
face-
out, guys. He wanted me to die.
Not you. Helma's mother.
You know, like, if you don't turn up to work tomorrow, we know who's the first suspect.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh, I've isolated the lockout she initiated in the Gertrude systems, and I'm now able to bypass it.
Does this boff, by any chance, have an eye patch? And a
No,
long
actually.
scraggly beard.
His name is Pedro, and he is a Saurian.
I don't think Saurians can have long, scraggly beards.
He would, and for Saurian, he does. Just makes no sense, but we're all with it.
Her entire crew is badly Australian.
Well, you guys would love my crew, and by love I mean hate. So
You should make a machinima series about your crew.
they're
It's
amazing. I have Baby, Muffins, Napoleon, Pedro, Sugar, Candy, Cookie, and Wiggles.
Half of them are strippers, right? Male strippers.
Well, half of them are men.
yeah.
Wiggles is a man. And Pedro and Napoleon. And Muffins. It's
Right. Let's just move on, shall we?
see? Told you you'd hate it. Let's get life support back online. Oh gosh, I clicked a thing. These things are so confusing. Life
Yeah,
support
no,
is
we've
coming
got-
back
we've got that.
online now. The ship's systems appear undamaged. I'm lowering the outer isolation field.
Continue.
Okay.
I like
Now I have to leave.
I think.
A
It's pretty.
quick question, Zero.
Yes.
With the latest feature episode series, it was rumored that you did a VO for it, voiceover for it. Can you confirm that for us?
Yeah. I did. You know what's
You
weird
did-
is I never heard my part though. I don't know what I did wrong.
Oh,
I was one of the prophets.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You were Rebecca Simmons.
That would have been cool.
Rebecca
right.
Simmons as pre Manus of Borg, because they had me reprise my Manus role, but not Manus exactly.
A little less Borgy.
Yeah.
Are you guys trying to
little-
break my map right now by jumping out the window?
No, we just wanted to check out this excellent stuff you got in the back here that no one probably can get to ever.
engineering room. It's a pretty cool
Oh,
one.
some of
See?
us could get there.
Yeah.
Yes, but without dev hacks.
Yeah, well, not without dev hacks.
Can you walk through walls? That'd be awesome.
No, not really, actually. I can't. Okay, who's
What's
not reading?
I'm about to start reading. What are those crewmen doing in the hallway?
I've got a bad feeling about this. Oh god.
Great.
Star Wars quote for the win.
Oh yeah.
They're running towards me. I don't like this. Stay back. Stay back. No.
I should really switch to my ranged weapon here. I should have pointed out that my amazing ship has all the cool loot that we just released today. Or was it yesterday? No, it's today. That no one can have yet.
Those were not trained Starfleet officers. They fought more like enraged beasts. Is this the result of the infection?
Or they could just be rather drunk. Finding that answer is why we're here. Zero, what are you doing between Baz's legs?
What? Crouching, apparently.
Yes, well, just say no comment to that, shall we?
My mission is
Where's
forever
my
ruined.
face, Fred?
Yeah. I'm amazed that you actually get work done at Cryptic when you all laugh all day and.
It's pretty much just me that laughs all day. I just have to make sure other people are doing their work, mostly, and write patch notes.
And then you laugh in their faces.
And threaten them with crowbars.
Now, if someone turns up being brutally assaulted by a crowbar,
Yeah.
just saying.
You'll know. Yeah. Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
Whew.
Okay,
Oh,
so
Will,
who's
Will,
doing
no.
this science officer?
You'll have to tell me when it's the science officer, because it's only showing the bridge officer I brought along with me. I should have sent someone else. But I'll do this one. I'm detecting a life sign from one of the nearby cargo bays, although it doesn't match any configuration in our records.
Dun, dun,
Keep
dun.
scanning for other life signs. Cryptic Stormshade just arrived. And to answer his question, Zero just assaulted Baz.
Wait,
In a
where are
good
these
way.
people talking?
In the live stream chat room.
I missed the memo.
For our listeners and for Zero, it's www.livestream.com/Cerberusfilms.
Yes. I was there, but things went wrong.
Was that what caused the blue screen?
I hope not,
We're about to
because I'm
find
going
out.
back. Or apparently, it's not the word I tried typing. We've got our science officer up again, gents.
Yep.
Okay, this door
I
leads
can
to the
never tell
rest
if you're trying to do a British accent, or an Aussie accent, or a Pedro accent.
What is?
I think the correct answer
Hey.
is yes.
Galactrix, you're on.
Okay, this door leads to the rest of the deck. The security seal is intact, and I'm not detecting any life signs on the other side. We should move on. The cargo bay is ahead of us to our left.
Oh, Stormy just raised a good point. We should really be keeping a log of this chat.
I wish it did, but it doesn't log, does it? The,
No.
you know.
Can someone do us a favor and just copy everything in this chat?
No.
Time signatures and just put it into something. Just periodically. That'd be quite awesome. Thank you, I love you a lot. Oh
Galactrix-
my.
Oh my, what is that?
That's what she said.
I'll go get it.
Is
Cover
that
me,
Yeah,
I'm
you
going
did.
in. I'm scanning the fungus colony.
That's also what she said.
This spore colony was giving off a faint life sign, as it comprises an extremely primitive neural web, but as far as I can tell, the colony is dying. Newer spores are taking root in the husks of dead fungus, but this cycle can't sustain itself indefinitely. That must be why the fungus began attacking the crew, to continue its life cycle.
Does this help us put a stop to it?
It might help. I'll have to spend more time going over these readings. In the meantime, it looks as though the spores must have escaped from one of these crates. Perhaps the cargo computer can tell us something about where they came from.
Yay, another branching dialogue.
Yay.
Seriously, someone go and like copy everything, please. I love you.
By the way, Brandon, only very few people can ban anyone in the live stream, and I am one of them. So just be careful.
So am I. Where's Brandon's name? Come on, Brandon. Where are you? I'm going to ban you.
It's PWE
Starts
Brandflake Star.
There he is.
Whee!
I don't know if I'm clicking on the right one.
Are we checking the logs?
I am.
Why?
I-
Oh. Hey, look, it's a computer. Hello,
Cargo
computer.
computer online.
Access the manifest.
USS
Brandon.
Gertrude, a Federation space carrying standard complement of scientific and military supplies, replacement components, and emergency rations. No anomalous cargo present.
Access
Oh.
requisitions manifest from Sandow 4.
2 crates, Aldebaran whiskey, aged approximately 184 years. There's more available on that subject. 4 crates, miscellaneous clothing, sent to Science Lab Gamma for cultural analysis. There's more on that subject. 3 crates, non-functioning disruptor-based weaponry, sent to Science Lab Alpha for military analysis. 1 crate, unknown biological compound, seals intact, minimal risk of contamination. There's more on that subject.
Quick scroll from Cryptic Stormshade. The community bans the community manager. Awesome. Right, should we look up the whiskey? I feel like looking at whiskey.
I knew you'd go for the whiskey.
Yeah.
Of course, it's beauty.
Yeah. That's
Whiskey.
yes.
More information on the whiskey, please.
1 crate delivered to mess hall, deck 6. 1 crate delivered to captain's ready room, bridge.
Where's the captain's ready room? Jeremy, tell me. Jeremy.
You'll actually see it in not too long.
He's scuppered.
Jeremy, I need my whiskey.
Okay, do you want to do
Please close it
clothing
off.
and weapons?
Clothing. Come on. Maybe they're shoes.
Okay.
Physical analysis of fibers revealed standard blend of organic and inorganic material seen among many species. Unworn or thoroughly laundered. No biological residue present. Measurements indicate species of origin average around 4 to 4.5 feet in height and uniformly slight of build. Fashion analysis reveals no positive identification for species match.
So
Don't you love that there's a lab
clothing that
specialized
hasn't
in fashion analysis?
Oh, that would go so well in Caspian Division.
You know,
Gosh.
it would be slightly awkward if there was biological residue on it. Just saying.
Oh, and just a question, Jeremy.
Yes.
Is this hints towards the race in the sequel?
It is. It is intended to be an Easter egg towards the sequel.
Nice. I thought maybe they were talking about me, but you know, I'm not that slight of build.
Now, for a change of pace, Zero, you're not the bad guy.
That is unusual.
Broken weapons, so we can go and get our whiskey. Come on, guys, whiskey.
Okay, broken weapons, broken weapons.
All samples non-functional due to modification beyond scope of original function. Burnt out power cells, melted chambers, overloaded wiring. Original microprocessor design similar to Romulan construction, but not identical. Physical casings show similarities to both Andorian and human construction tendencies.
Whiskey. Whiskey.
Okay.
Okay. Before we can do the whiskey, we need to do the sealed biological compound, alright?
Whiskey.
Science Lab Beta will
My
begin
cat wants it
quarantine.
too, okay?
We'll begin quarantine and biological alert protocols immediately. Study of this compound will begin after Chief Science Officer has confirmed protocols are complete. ETA 4 hours. Keep stored in auxiliary cargo hold near main engineering until Science Lab Beta is prepared. Security to be posted at all times. Unknown nature of biological compound represents high security risk. Seals must be checked by Chief Science Officer once per hour to ensure no risk of contamination or leakage.
You don't want contamination or leakage.
Let's
yes.
Consult with
Science.
Science Officer.
Oh,
Okay.
I just want to read more about the
So,
whiskey, so.
it looks like the Chief Science Officer made audio recordings on this console on each of his hourly inspections.
Maybe this will shed some light on the matter and the whiskey.
Okay.
Okay, so let's play log 1.
Chief Science Officer log. It has been 1 hour since we left the abandoned station on Sandal 4. The fact that we have no record of any race settling this lifeless planet is disturbing enough, but the materials we scavenged from their cargo holds troubles me even more. The base was clearly a center for research of some kind, but their computer logs had been wiped clean, so we cannot be certain what they were researching. The seals on the biological specimens crate are more than intact. It's going to take some effort to even break the containment locks once Beta is prepared to receive the specimen. I'll return in 1 hour for another cursory examination, but I'm confident that nobody could open them even if they tried.
Whiskey
Okay,
or the
well,
one gets it.
Log 2. Chief Science Officer's log. Inspection noted upon 2nd hour since departure from Sandal 4. Science Team Beta reports they are ahead of schedule on quarantine protocols and should be ready around the same time as my next scheduled inspection. That suits me fine. I've discovered some more of the anomalous communication readings that led us here in the first place, coming from somewhere in a nearby nebula. I'd rather spend my time tracking them down than babysitting a safe that nobody can crack.
Yes,
Okay.
I think his overconfidence will be his downfall.
Yeah. He might as well have mentioned that he was retiring soon. His only daughter's wedding or something. Okay, log 3. Chief Science Officer's log. 3 hours since we left Sandal 4, and now we're back in orbit around it. The readings we picked up in that nebula led us back here. It appears as though this research facility may not be as abandoned as we thought, despite appearances. Unfortunately, tuning our sensors to pinpoint the communication signals has left us somewhat blind, and the captain has ordered that I recalibrate them back to standard before we beam down for another look. I had just started when I had to report down here again. Oh, right. The seals. They look fine. Same as... Wait, what's that blinking light? Security, seal this hold, quickly. Commander Crane to the bridge. We have a situation down here.
Okay, let's return to the log listing and listen to that last unknown one.
You know, I fear for Brandon's safety at the moment. There's a lot of Nerf guns.
The following recording is heavily garbled, and screams can be heard in the background. Okay, you guys, don't let
Feed, spread, live, spread to live. That's it.
I'm going through a tunnel.
Okay, I'm going to do what my character is about to do next and step away.
Step away from the console and go to the whiskey? Oh no, there's more dialogue. Jeremy, I hate you.
You're welcome.
Galactrix.
This hold was not sealed against biological contaminants. They never stood a chance once that crate was opened. But who opened it? It looks like we need to get to the bridge if we're going to find any more answers for what happened here.
And whiskey.
Let's not go to the bridge. Let's go to the captain's quarters and get
Green,
You know,
let's
agree.
the bridge.
because you're a dev, I
That
expect
the
that
table, if
boards
we're
at the
outside
end
this
should-
hold, should be operational.
I'll just go ahead and give you guys a little bit of a spoiler. Fungus Among Us Part 2 is called The Search for More Whiskey.
I love
Awesome.
Uh-oh. It looks like those audio recordings drew a bit of a crowd. Maybe we should turn down the speakers next time.
Let's hope
so
there
Let's
is
hope
a-
they-
You know, these guys.
Yes, shoot!
You know, I'm just gonna release my Horta onto them, and my Horta will kill them all because my Horta loves whiskey as much as I do.
Oh, I'm targeting through the wall, I think.
There's one other.
Hacks.
Oh, we haven't solved them.
No, bugs.
She's just standing there. My Horta's gone.
There's more. There's you guys ran out of the room before they spawned. But there's more, and you have to kill them all before you can go on.
Okay, there we go. We got them.
Nope, there's more.
Now we can get to the bridge.
Those attackers didn't register as alive, sir. In fact, I don't believe that they were. Let me check something. The fungal infection seems to colonize in the brain, allowing the weak neural links they form on their own to become amplified, more powerful by the presence of the working brain tissue. This is incredible. Motor function and extremely limited cognitive ability would be possible, but these things are no longer Starfleet officers. In some ways, they are the fungus.
That's deeply disturbing.
And this whole mission hasn't been so far.
You're not going to like this either, Captain. According to my analysis, our shielding is beginning to show signs of fatigue from combat. We won't be able to withstand many more kinetic hits without risking contamination.
Understood. Jinkies. That was a terrible voice. I apologize.
Okay.
Well, Galactrix will actually, because he's got an EV suit. So.
Yeah, I'm going to put mine on as well.
We need to try and reach the bridge. If Commander Crane was able to contact them when the seals were ruptured on the crates, they may have more information about what happened down here.
Let's get to the turbo lift.
We're in the
no,
turbo lift.
Not now, because, guys, I have a weapon on you and I'm not afraid to use it. We are going to the captain's quarters.
That would be through the lift.
Whether you like it or not.
The ready room is by the bridge, and that is where the whiskey is. So we're heading towards the whiskey.
I thought they said it was the captain's quarters.
Captain's ready room.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
let's go to the bridge. Agreed, proceed with caution. Yeah, go. Just go. Skip the dialogue. I am expecting rewards at the end of this mission, Jeremy. By that I mean a couple of crates.
You've already gotten your rewards. It was having me here.
Oh.
Right.
Our presence is your presence. Aww.
I would prefer whiskey.
Yeah. I don't even have any scotch to offer you. I'm sorry. Oh, wait, I have whiskey.
Do you have any nerve
Oh.
tonic?
You know, it's always a couple of hack commands away. Yes, I like the part where we get to shoot.
So I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys something that will come up in a little bit. After you're done talking to the captain, which you will do soon, spoilers, keep your camera trained towards the ready room.
Guys,
I'm the whiskey.
Yep, definitely.
it's not opening. This door is not opening.
Okay, over here.
Galactrix, you're up.
Sir, I'm picking up a life sign from the center of the bridge. Somebody's still alive up here.
I'm looking at the...
Yes, we've located the captain.
You probably don't want to stand there, sir. Oh no, wait, Joe's down there. Who cares? I know what's gonna happen, so...
Oh. Yeah, bad idea.
Captain.
To stand here.
Just stay there, because, you know, you're getting whiskey.
I'm just going to set up some precautions. You know.
That, those fabrications are floating in midair.
Yeah. They're kind of on my head. It's a new fashion. It's the new hat.
Fabrication hats.
Captain,
Galactrix,
this one's still holding on. I think I can stabilize him, but I haven't figured out how to cure the contamination. I'll need a lot more time.
Captain Shoru, can you hear me? Where's your whiskey?
What happened?
Your Starfleet? Oh, thank heavens. My crew, they're all dead. Worse than dead. Actually, this damn infection, it gets in your head. First it makes you sick, then you start hearing things. By the time you start to fade, it's talking to me. I can hear the sickness.
You sound like Shatner. You're
So
hearing
now
voices?
we know the problem. He's, you know.
He is
Fungus.
actually William Shatner.
Okay, Galactrix.
I think we could probably be sued for that. So I'm not inferring that Bill Shatner is in any way related to a fungus.
I met him and he was delightful.
I saw him on The Weakest Link. He was hilarious.
I know it may sound a bit far-fetched, sir, but I believe him. With the manner in which the fungus targets the cognitive portions of the host's brain, I can see how that could translate to hearing voices.
Continue.
No, it's not just voices. It speaks to me, tells me that I'm dying. Changing my thoughts makes me hunger.
Calm down.
It won't let me die. Don't you see? That's what happened to them. They came back. They tried to die, but it told them to feed, and they stood up. They must spread to feed, not allowed to lay down, not allowed to rest, must spread, must live.
I'm getting a bad feeling about standing next to this door.
Captain, despite my efforts to stabilize this man, the neural infestation is accelerating at an alarming pace. I don't think I can keep him alive much longer, and the contamination seems to be reacting to my treatment somehow.
Wow, I forgot how creepy this mission can be.
Yeah. Can feel them coming to feed, to live, must spread, must live.
Multiple contacts approaching, sir. No life signs, but mobile, and heading this way quickly. Wait, what's that noise?
Noise? Oh, it's the whiskey coming to rescue us. Right?
Uh-oh. Who's ready? Yeah! It's on!
There we go.
On!
Yeah,
Fire
I'm
everything!
You know how you said
Push
that I would
all the
die?
buttons.
You're just a button masher, aren't you, Zero?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I'm killing. Sure, all dead.
In the game, right?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Stormshade. Apparently this is like the world's best thing to listen to. You heard it here first, folks. Cryptic Stormshade endorses this podcast.
Okay, the captain's still saying stuff.
Don't let me come like them. I'd rather die. You must kill me. Destroy the ship. Don't let them spread. I don't want to spread. Don't make me. I won't.
I came here to rescue your whiskey, not to destroy it.
Damage him.
It's the infection. It's the infection, sir. It seems to modify the neural activity of the host into become a semiotic relationship. It's forcing him to become the means by which he can spread and live on.
That's monstrous.
You'll go again, Galactrix.
Oh, okay. I think he's right, sir. Destroying the Gertrude may be the only chance of eliminating the risk of further exposure. I've gathered all the data I can on the infection, and should be able to perform a more thorough analysis back aboard our ship.
What about the ship's data we were sent to fetch? And the whiskey...
Go there.
Already on it, sir. I'm initiating a data download from their central core, but the Gertrude may not have enough emergency power to complete the transfer.
And the whiskey?
Unfortunately, we can't afford to wait. The battle with those things has drained our environmental shielding. We need to evacuate immediately, or else our shielding may fail at any moment.
Ooh,
What about Captain Shoru?
Tell no one. I failed, but Captain, contain, stop the spread, prevent, feed, no, live.
What about the whiskey? I don't want to leave.
Goodbye, brave Captain.
Goodbye,
Find
brave
peace.
whiskey. Goodbye, whiskey. I will forever miss you. You will forever be in my heart. And my stomach.
Are we ready to return to the ship, sir?
Just 1 second. I've always wanted to do this. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we?
Oh, you know what? This reminds me of another kind of
That was meant to say
insider
whiskey.
tip for insider tip for Foundry authors: don't use this bridge. This is the Olympic bridge. The 0 coordinates are actually set to the floor. When I built this anyway, so you can't put things under the floor. So if you're trying to hide triggers or anything like that, if you look closely at that person up by the front con, they're actually floating off the floor slightly because I couldn't put them at the 0 coordinates.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that when I was doing stuff as well. It's really annoying.
That looks
So,
like
but
a
I think
bug.
don't use this bridge.
Yeah, 0. Hello. Just saying. There's a corpse here that's floating and twitching.
Crikey!
And
That one's for you.
I think my Seplet is eating him. Just a bit. Okay.
Yes, Woody's been saying in the channel that Zero's been channeling Steve Irwin.
I'm listening to my inner bogan.
Oh, I'm getting server
Inner
not respond.
bogan, not brogan. Bogan.
Bogan.
There you go.
I was getting server not responding. Whoops.
It's just you.
Oh.
We'll blame Serb.
Yes.
As always.
Lock weapons. Lock weapons on Gertrude.
Oh, but I don't want to kill the cow. What about the whiskey? The humanity of it!
Weapons armed and locked on the
No.
USS Gertrude, sir.
No.
Fire at will.
No.
Wait, we're receiving a message. It's coming from the Gertrude.
That can't be. There's nobody left on that ship. Wait, is it the whiskey?
Eat. Spread.
Goodbye, brave whiskey.
What in the...
Fly to spread, fly to live.
That fungus can fly a ship.
Those things. They've reactivated the warp core and the Gertrude systems are coming back online.
Shields up. We'll do this the old-fashioned way.
Yes. Shields up. Yes.
Oh, there's two.
Far.
Yeah, this is the
Spacebar.
weirdness that I was saying before. There should only be one, but because you guys are in a team.
The funguses spread them.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
The fungus made two
Firing
points.
everything. This is the best
I think
part.
you'll find that my ship is far superior to trivial.
You probably shouldn't
No,
underestimate that little Miranda out there, though.
That,
Yeah, I'm
that's
guessing it's
that's a dreadnought. So yeah.
I'm owning
This
it.
is another one of those
Hornet, though.
kind of hacky workarounds in the Foundry. In order to make a solo ship, you have to make it a dreadnought.
But then
Fourth wall. Fourth wall. It's coming down. It's coming down fast.
Well, I've found that if you do cruiser level mobs, you can do a single ship, but they're not. I mean, they're not really anywhere near as powerful as they should be.
Doesn't this ship look sweet? Man, it's beautiful.
dudes, guys, and dudettes and everything.
Did it drop a lockbox? Oh.
No, but if it dropped any whiskey, you know it's
Entertainment provisions. That's whiskey,
Yeah,
right?
it dropped entertainment provisions.
I got what,
Okay.
Boils?
Who's up?
It's
I
me.
believe this is Galactrix.
Yep. This is going to be a strange report, sir. I'd like some time to go over my scans of the containment before contacting Starfleet.
Ask Dr. Sino to assist you. I'm going to take a few moments.
Yes, I've been monitoring the sensor readings since you beamed over. I hope you don't mind. I'd love to take a look at the readings. Thanks for the flyby getting in the way. Taken from the fungus colony. If my hunch is right, we may have just made first contact with a new species. Although, it could have gone better.
We defended ourselves, Doctor. And they
Oh, I
took
know.
my whiskey.
Please don't think I was criticizing your methods. I'd like to take these readings back to my lab at Earth Space Dock as quickly as possible.
Understood. Helm. Set course for Earth.
Thank you, Zero. I might just be thinking out loud here, but if those fungus husks infire a spaceship, what's to stop them from learning to use other technology? I shudder to contemplate the repercussions.
Let's not jump to any conclusions.
You're right, of course. And anyway, you destroyed them, right? I'll stop worrying. Let's get back to Earth Space Dock, if you don't mind.
Agreed. Helm. Engage. And server not responding.
Oh, my
Yay,
rating.
completed.
There you go.
1 star.
1 star.
JK
One
Law
star
5.
full of fail. Never playing any mission from this author again.
I gave this mission 5 stars, and I said I loved how the crew attacked you on the bridge. When I played it solo, they actually walked slowly towards me like zombies. It was quite scary.
Mm-hmm.
And it was an interesting story, and I said I wouldn't mind a sequel.
Yeah,
So
there's some good opportunities for a sequel there, especially, you know, you might not have actually destroyed all of them. Ooh.
I don't know, I can
I gave it
spores.
Anyway, you destroyed them, right?
Right.
Right.
Question mark.
I'm flying away from y'all. Oops.
Did they do,
There are,
did
I
they
do have
do
plans to actually
what the
do
Borg
a
did?
sequel, perhaps up to 3 from this mission. I'll have the time eventually to do so, but you'll see more of the aliens that showed up in the cloaked ship when you first arrived at the Sandal system, and you will see more of the fungus, and Dr. Sino and her assistant will return as well.
The whiskey.
The whiskey will return.
Really, because of today's broadcast, I may have the whiskey return as well.
Yay! Can you add it in as a special bonus just for me? Like, you don't have to add it in for anyone else. Just like at the end, have a special reward just for Cerberusfilms. You know, just a bottle of Aldebaran whiskey, or maybe a couple of cases.
If we could do a
Special
loot
accolade
override,
in my name.
just make
you know?
everybody drop a bottle of whiskey when you kill them.
Oh, very cool.
Or,
So what-
or you just make like an accolade so I can get a name, like Whiskey Man.
Whiskey Hound.
You save the whiskey. It's a choice at the end of the mission. You know, just suggestions.
So how did you come up with the storyline for this mission?
Actually, I think I might have stolen it a little bit. Just the idea of a fungus that becomes its own intelligent entity. That's basically where it began. The other side of the mission is that I wanted to introduce a backstory for the alien race that I actually play as my primary STOked character, who some of you may be familiar with as like a gray alien type.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to give them some lore, and I had always kind of liked the idea of doing a zombie mission, because one of the first times that I went into the Foundry, I played around with reskinning mobs, and I reskinned a SAR, which these zombies are, you know, the lizard dog things, as a human. And I watched how cool its reaction was, and it ended up acting like a zombie, so I knew that I had to use them.
It's awesome.
So it was
Right.
a combination of many different things.
Right, and as I was saying sort of before the show, the ship that we saw that was cloaked fly away, that's got to be the race that you're talking about then, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. As well as the hints on the cargo computer about the clothing and the weapon technology.
Mm-hmm.
And the whiskey.
Hey, Borticus,
Are you saying
Hey,
that they
Zero.
make whiskey?
remind me to tell you about the thing that's going in to the Foundry, for your before you make your sequel.
Okay.
Ooh.
Boy, they don't
Oh,
call us
that's-
for nothing.
Yeah,
you
that's
tell
nasty,
me?
Zero. That's just really teasing.
Is it?
You know, it's not going to be anything fancy. It's just going to be like whiskey everywhere.
No, well, currently, let's say I would give some spoilers, but then certain people at other places would get mad at me. But also, right now,
We don't
it's
care about
not
Evelyn.
like fully functional. It's
isn't-
like
So
Like
it-
bugs.
in
it's not
early
data.
development stuff.
That's cool.
So-
It's not a data, it's a B4. And Terry Lynn will be very upset to know that it doesn't have a joystick. Is that right?
Right.
What? Right.
Right, we'll just say right.
Yeah.
Yes, anyway.
Okay. I'll agree. Probably just sign away my life. Oh, I love this suggestion that you and I should PvP, J-Man. Because
Kind of
let's
sad.
see.
Your ship is better geared than mine.
Oh yeah. Well, because I cheat.
Well,
Yeah.
yes.
I
And
thought you
that's
went
why.
on holodeck. You terrible people.
See here.
But also,
You'll
I would
break
just
the economy.
automatically lose because Mom told me not to hit girls. So
Aw.
But according to you,
Well,
But
Borg
everybody's a
appreciates
boy
it for
online.
hitting.
that's true.
Here, you guys can see here. This is what Dev hacks.
Oh, that's funny. Mark 13.
can you just spawn a load
12.
of Borg tactical cubes?
112.
for us?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
God.
fake.
Ah.
They're not real.
That's what she said.
That's what she.
Oh god.
That's also what she said.
So considering the age of this mission, it was like almost a year old now. It kind of still holds up against technology-wise. I mean, all the map designs where you'd still see that kind of thing happening these days, and everything seemed to work correctly, apart from the 2 Gertrudes at the end. But that's because we're in a group.
Right. And I did warn you guys in the pickup text that says this mission is intended for solo players.
Mm-hmm.
Since when do we read the pickup text? I mean, we all just F through it, don't we?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just F through it all.
No,
Just
I
F
read
it
it.
up.
F.
I
F
thought
it
it
all.
was a bold
S.
choice.
Bold choice.
To do what?
To pick a mission for group play that was written for solo play. I think it still worked fairly well, with the exception of the final battle, which it would be nice, like, if you had the ability to determine if someone, like, how many were going to spawn, you could just, like, say, oh, one of them is a doppelganger or something, but I don't know if we have that tech even to add that.
Well, it's been a long time since I put this mission together, so I don't know, honestly, if the encounter tech in the Foundry has improved at all. But at the time that it was created, it was basically just pick a template and drop it, and there was nothing else that you could do to control. You could do costume overrides, which is why you might have noticed that both of the Gertrudes were Mirandas.
They're both called Gertrude as well. I know if you don't set it, then it will come up with some random name.
Right.
I don't think any of the encounter stuff has changed since the Foundry was first made, so yeah, it's still pretty much dropping down
We got
groups
the
and
jobs
things.
Yeah.
which was good, but that's about it.
Yeah.
There
So
were other tricks
suppose-
that I could have used, like I could have used a full cruiser group and then just spread out the spawn so that some of them spawn, way the F far away, along with some enemies that'll auto kill them, or something like that. But there's so many variables that could have potentially gone wrong. I just decided to
Just stick with what's
try and
safe.
make people just play it solo.
I think it still work. And the thing is, with Foundry missions, you kind of have to expect that if you're going to play as a group, there will be some elements that just won't quite work, just because the Foundry isn't really intended to work that way with this kind of story, anyway. So.
Yeah, all the story-wise, it's all rank, nickname, first names, all that, just for this particular player, which is, why we when we play it, we say ship or captain instead of the names.
It would be
Everybody
nice
except
if
Zero, who likes to say her own.
Right.
Yeah, Zero
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
saying her own.
I say
Zero
my own
likes to
name
speak
a
in
lot.
the third person.
Yeah,
Zero
but
does,
Zero...
actually.
So Zero walks around Cryptic just saying her own name and talking about herself
Yeah.
in third person rather.
We named the dog Zero.
You have a Cryptic dog, or is this your dog?
No, I actually used to have a dog named Zero, and so when I looked for a name for our Forbes and such, I stole his name. True story. But yeah, I don't have him anymore, which is sad. But I still have his name.
So he lives on
I'm,
as
yes.
Borg princess.
As Borg
Indeed.
Princess. So did you come across any problems making this mission, or any bugs you encountered, or any difficulties? Or did it all go smoothly? And how long did it take you?
Building this mission from the start to finish probably took about 2 to 3 weeks. I didn't work on it every single day, obviously, but I was pretty dedicated to it. And over the course of that time, many things had to change. Like, as I said earlier, the initial map, all the map building actually was my favorite part, and I spent a lot of time perfecting things like the lab and the engineering room. Those are really fun to build.
Yeah, I really like the engineering build in the room.
The biggest limitations that I found were like the fact that I couldn't put the lab in your ship, which I wanted. What I had originally envisioned happening is that you start going to warp and then report to your lab to create the shielding. So that would be an easier way to handwave the fact that there was no actual travel required by the player. That didn't work out, so I had to change the way things work. There's also, if you look carefully, when the cloaked ship supposedly appears, that wasn't actually originally supposed to be a cloaked ship, but I couldn't make a ship appear and then warp out. So it became a cloaked ship. Because there's nothing there.
Yeah, working out around it.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that devs have both come across and are still coming across like these limitations in the Foundry, because it makes us a little bit more reassured knowing that actually
well,
they
if we
know
were making this as an internal mission, then I could either put it complicated AIs on these things to make them go through a series of triggers, or I could just ask for the tech. You know, go to our software guys and say, "Hey, I need this to do this," and
yeah, you know,
and then
you
make
could
Zero
just like
make sure
dedicate
that they have room in their schedule to do it.
You could kind of dedicate just like one software engineer just to us, just to Starbase UGC. Just say, yeah, you know, for this mission, I'd quite like a Tholian to be able to do a cartwheel like a hamster does in a ball. Can we make that happen?
There are always a series of limitations, and I think that one of the things that makes good Foundry authors stand above the crowd is their creativeness with overcoming those limitations.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I think for everybody who says that they couldn't do, they're like, oh, well, I'm waiting to make my mission because I can't do X. For everyone that says that, there's like 5 other people who have managed to, if not do X, imply X or work around X, and I feel like many people are more creative within a set of restrictions. If you give people a blank piece of paper and like every artistic implement there exists, it will be much harder to create something than if you give them like this piece of paper, a pencil, and say write about Borg or you know.
It's a limitation.
I've always said. Sorry, you go ahead.
I was just saying limitations tend to spark creativity, and actually that reminds me, the whole reason that this was a zombie mission rather than telling the story of the Greys is because it was created before the point in time where we could actually do sliders on the alien
costume sliders.
And you know, my character's got a great big head, and they're only 4.5 feet tall, so I couldn't make them. I couldn't make them as the enemy of this mission, so instead I did an introductory mission. And I had always intended to come back and do the sequel after those sliders got implemented, but obviously I'm lazy.
The funny thing about that bug, about them not being tall, is that I never noticed it because my character Zero is my actual height in real life, and they're all taller than her. So they seemed perfectly reasonable to me. But in the future, I guess we're not such shorties. Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
I was just going to say that I've always said that there's always a way to do something in the Foundry. I mean, look at what people worked out for making NPCs beam out in inverted speech marks. You build a platform, you disappear the platform when they're not looking or it's hidden, and that NPC has beamed out because the platform has been replaced.
There's I wish I remembered what mission it was, but there was one where you go down to a map and there's a number of NPCs you talk to, and then you end up going into a room, and then the ship comes under attack. And when you go back into the main room, it's all destroyed, and there's big pieces of debris that have landed where the former NPCs used to be. So all the NPCs are still there because they have to still be there on that map, but they're obstructed by debris, and then they've spawned in new NPCs in new locations that are mirror images of them to make it appear as though. I think I played that.
Yeah, that sounds. I don't know. A lot of missions do that, but the one that comes to my mind is RogueEnterprise's. You know, the one where they go, first cause and effect, when they go back in a time loop, and then you go on the bridge, and then there's a massive explosion, and then a piece of wreckage lands on top of an NPC, but then another one spawns, you know, somewhere else to imply that he's moved.
Yeah, no, I stole First Cause. I got that on one of our QA servers, actually. I use it for testing.
It's a good choice. It's got over 20,000 plays now. I think that's the most played mission in the whole Foundry for some reason.
Well, it's complex enough that it's easy to see if there are bugs that, new ones, because we can compare it on the old, like on Holodeck, then play it on the new software and say, like, okay, where does it break? Hopefully nowhere, but that's not realistic.
Well, unfortunately, guys, I just got tapped to go into yet another meeting. So is there anything else that you'd like to cover before I have to take off?
No, I think that's a pretty good time to wrap it up, isn't it? Yep, so...
play Bitesize.
Yep, so we'll play that for everyone after we say goodbye. Right. So thank you very much for joining us.
No problem. Thanks for playing through my mission.
And thanks for Zero for joining us as well, even though you're not feeling well, and joining us in game as well.
Yeah,
and actually,
I'm
one
glad
last
to
thing,
come, guys.
Zero. If is there anything? It's a bit of an open question, but is there anything that you would like to share with us that you feel you can share with us about the Foundry or anything coming forward?
Oh, I really wish I could. I guess what I can say is a lot of the stuff that I have been testing for season 6 is stuff that has been on the roadmap, and so we're still aiming towards the goals that we set out ages ago. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, what are you working on?" And it's like the roadmap. Yes, still, because like there's still things there, and we're trying to take as much stuff from the Neverwinter team as we can, that makes sense and doesn't break things. So it's kind of all I can say. It is fairly buggy right now. Anybody that was in the early closed beta for the Foundry, it is not crashing as much as then, but the bugs are similar. Anyway, I can't say much, but I'm hoping that we will once we get season 6 onto one of our test servers, that we'll be able to have another group of amazing Foundry beta testers, because I've said it a million times, but we couldn't have done it without any of you. You guys are always invaluable in helping us find issues, especially because, when I test, I don't build missions as complex as y'all do, just for usually lack of time, and so it's the really complex missions that really test the edges of, the edge case type thing. So, not much to report. It kind of was, I'm not allowed to talk about season 6 yet, but I think you will like some of what you see, and I'm hoping you'll like everything, but we'll see what state it's in.
Sounds absolutely awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, just keep us in mind when you get this sort of the red shirt server. We're all here.
we volunteer.
And Neverwinter, when those betas come out, just remember.
Oh yeah, Neverwinter.
Remember who your original crowd was, Zero? Hey, yeah.
Starbase
UGC can become the in UGC. I'm sure we can do something like that.
Are you planning on going to Star Trek Las Vegas this year, like you did last year?
It was my plan to go, yes. It's some days I changed my mind depending on the general temperature of the forums, to be honest, because I like Star Trek. I'm a fan of the original series, but the other ones not as much, because I like the combat, and the others are more like a soap opera in space. And so the big lure for me for the Vegas con is for the STO players, and to meet the people that I've been talking to online for ages. And so when sometimes I'm not so sure I want to meet some of them. So but as of right now, I'm still planning on going.
And what about Star Trek London in October? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
I would love that. Are you kidding? I've never left the country, but I'm not so sure that's in the cards. We'll see.
We can ship you over in a container. We'll give you lots of jelly beans and like coffee. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Tea. No, I only drink Earl Grey tea.
Good job. What about Lady Grey tea? Or do you not have that?
Oh, no, I like Lady Grey as well.
I love you.
But, no, I'm pretty small. I guess I could probably fit in a packing crate of some sort.
Can we fit you in a suitcase?
Yeah. If it were a big enough one.
Okay.
So has anyone got any closing thoughts, or shall we just say goodbye?
Whiskey.
Whiskey. I think that's a good time to say goodbye. We've had lots of whiskey talk.
Next week we're going to be on this Sunday at a normal time, 3 p.m. PDT this Sunday.
Something stupid o'clock BST.
So everyone, thanks for watching. This has been Broadcast UGC episode 27. Thanks to Zero and Jeremy for joining us. And we'll see you again next week.
Whiskey.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Whiskey.
Hello, STOked community, and welcome to episode 22 of Bitesize UGC. I'm Kirkfat, and with me as usual is CaptPFDennis. This week, we're reviewing a mission by RogueEnterprise, and it's called War in Q.
That's right, and I believe this will be Rogue's first time being on the other side of the desk. After all, he did co-create Bitesize UGC. Let's get right to it with a look at this mission's story. The mission begins with a rendezvous with a diplomatic fleet called upon by the Remans, who reluctantly request Federation protection from the Romulans. All that remains is the negotiation.
Without giving too much away, a devious Q begins meddling in the affairs of us lower creatures, and you have to decide if she is to be trusted. I love the story, especially when it put you in the middle of historical events from the Dominion War. I was whistling Vic Fontaine's I'll Be Seeing You. Story gets 5 stars. Now on to map design.
The space maps in this mission were well done and served their purpose more than adequately, but where Rogue shines is on his ground maps. These are expertly detailed to provide the perfect atmosphere and environment for the tale being told.
Yes, the ground maps were superbly built, with tons of additional details added to the scenery. What is really amazing is how some of the details made combat even more enjoyable. Maps get 5 stars, and now on to tech.
Everything in this department was impressive to say the least. Kirkfat and I both stumbled over a minor glitch involving an enemy vessel and a set of orders to deal with that vessel. But the order in which we received them was a bit shaky. This I have no doubt will be fixed before this review goes live.
Lots and lots of impressive tech here, such as optional objectives, the illusion of choice through triggers and branching dialogue, and other really impressive ways that tech and story came together. Diplomatic options were a big win for me. Tech gets 4.5 stars. Lastly, difficulty.
Kirkfat and I both agreed that the combat was challenging when it was supposed to be, and it ranged from light to impossible throughout. There were reasons why every mob was placed where and when it was.
That's true. Every mob had a purpose, and that was to support Rogue's objectives and move the story along. Ground combat was extremely fun, and I usually hate ground combat. We gave difficulty 5 stars.
And now the Bitesize Breakdown for War in Q by RogueEnterprise.
Support the Foundry by playing this mission for yourself.
This has been episode 22 of Bitesize UGC.
Attention, warriors and lore singers of the Empire. I am Karath, a warrior of Stovacor, and I'm Ceridium. Shut up, you worthless Patak. I'm speaking here. The Gates of Stovacor is looking for the best Klingon song of honor and glory. KDF Foundry missions. Do not put words into my mouth. I will say what I mean. Now where was I? Honor and glory. Ah, yes. The song must involve those Berengan Kur. He means the Ferengi. You are trying my patience. Just tell them about the prize. We will reward the lore singer of the greatest and most honorable song with a small token of our appreciation. Korath? Very well. Since it appears I will get no peace as long as it's in my possession. It's a Ferengi marauder vessel. Just don't tell Gark, or I'll never get him off the Dabo table. That's right. The Gates of Stovacor will be giving away a Ferengi Decora-class Marauder vessel to the Stow player that submits the best KDF Foundry mission involving the Ferengi. The mission must be for the Klingon faction and should have a maximum playtime of about 30 to 45 minutes. We'll be posting a link on the Stow forums for your submissions.
Are you done yet?
We just need to tell them how long the contest will last.
I will handle that. It runs until the first day of Maktag.
And for our listeners who don't speak Klingonese, the contest ends on May 20th at midnight, PDT. So get your entries in for a chance to win.
That's it. You've meddled in our affairs for the last time.
Time to go.
Face me, you coward.